Hi everyone, welcome to Get Ready with me, Louise. I am kind of excited for today because this is a brand I really don't know much about. It was a brand that was once very highly talked about, but now crickets. And I mean crickets. And when I think of Buxom, they're known for certain glosses, their plumping glosses and stuff, right? That still is around. This brand, I don't hear nothing about this brand. Just not one product do I hear about this brand. But back in the day, I used to hear about it all the time. And the brand we're going to be playing with, of course, we're in the letter L. So it is Lorac. And the funny thing is that I really like the way this eyeshadow turned out. This look turned out, right? But here's the kicker. I don't actually own a palette from them, a full size palette. But here's the bigger kicker. Do you know that it is only $39 for a palette? $39. And you're going to get this kind of quality? You're kidding, right? I was floored because I don't understand why they're not talked about. Because this eyeshadow formula is better than Too Faced. This eyeshadow formula is better than Urban Decay. It's equivalent with Tarte. I'm not going to say it's better than Tarte. It's not better than Tarte. It's equivalent. It's like right here. You know what I mean? But they're cheaper. So with that said, then it would throw it above Tarte because it's cheaper. I was floored. All right, so the things I personally own from Lorac. When somebody asked me, I would say they're lip liners. The reason I would say they're lip liners because that's what I own the most stuff from the brand. Because a couple years back, Ulta had a sale. It was more than 50% off the liner. I bought 6 different shades. Love them. Not as much as I love my Charlotte, my Natasha, my Pat, but I like them. And for the price, love them. Now, as far as eyeshadow palettes, I own, I believe this is a palette that was once sold from them. It's called Rising Love or Rising Love or Romance. Re Sung Romance, maybe? I don't know. But it looks like this. This is the actual only, like, whoa, full size palette I own. This is not what I use today. I have used this not that long ago. Probably around Valentine's Day, I think. If I'm fair, I think. I used it then. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else I had from them. It's just not a brand I went to, right? But today, but in my purchasing through Ulta, you got free things, right? So I have these little teeny tiny things here. So the first thing I have is Lorac Pro Warm Neutral Palette. And it's this itty bitty teeny tiny guy. And he's the cutest little dude. I mean, it's just this just cracks me up. So cute. And it had the Lorac logo put in there. But look how low this guy is. But that is a eyeshadow look right there. Is it not? Like, that's an eyeshadow look. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. You know what I mean? Have I ever used this? No. There's not one mark in it. But is it adorable and cute? Yes, it's so adorable and cute. Look at this. I mean, it's so cute. Okay. Okay. Now, I have the Lorac Mini Pro Palette Simmering. Maybe I did buy these. Maybe these weren't for free. I'm not really for sure. But this one's Simmering. It comes with the name of the shades. And this could have went to a certain palette. I don't know, to be fair. But that's what this one looks like. Again, you can make this like a 2-colored look. You know what I mean? Maybe 3 even. But this is an all-in-one palette. It goes from light to dark. I have an inner corner. This is more warm tone. My nails are wet. That's why I'm like trying not to drop this, okay? But again, this is called Simmering. And have I used this? No. I have not used this palette either. Now, I believe I have used this one before, but I'm not. I can't really, I don't know. This one is called the Lorac Mini Pro Sparkling. And actually, this is my favorite from, this is the one I said I would never throw away way back in a video. And it's cool neutrals. But it's just adorable. It's the cutest little thing. And again, you can go 1 look, 2 look, 3 look, combined it, do what you want, however you want, light to dark. It's an all-in-one. But it doesn't, the mattes don't go dark enough for me, but that's okay. I can live with that. But what I find is that these metallic shades on the bottom, my lid, look at that. Look at that inner corner. Now, can I get this from other palettes? I'm sure. But again, looking at the price tag, $39 on Ulta's website for a palette. I'm almost to the point where I'm like, I need to go to Ulta. Hello, I need to be driven to Ulta type of thing, you know what I mean? Because I am just so curious on this. Let me go over what's on my face. Today I'm wearing the Noir Sheer Glow Foundation in medium 2 Santa Fe. For concealer, I'm wearing Natasha Denona. I set the under eyes, T-zone, laugh lines, all that with my by Terry. I set the rest of my face with my Natasha Denona, the foundation powder thing in, I'll give you the shade, N6. For bronzer, that's another thing. Let's talk. I know I'm supposed to be on Lorac. We're not there. I will get there. Nail polish is Etsy in Forever Yummy. I just love the name of it. I won't lie. Bronzer. You all. You know how when you look at something you see the grams, but sometimes it doesn't register in your head, right? Remember back in the day, the big Tom Ford and the Marc Jacobs. You know what I mean? Like these big bronzers, right? Look at this thing. Look at how big this is, right? Okay. Or here, we have this here. The Makeup Forever. Okay. Or Revolution, whatever it is. Okay. Then you have like Pat McGrath. Okay. This is what I think of when I think of a high-end bronzer. This size. Same size as the blushes, but you know, same size, right? I ordered the new Armani bronzer. Why? Because I'm stupid. I'm a fool. More importantly, I've been getting into bronzers a little bit, figuring out tones and undertones and what do I like, not necessarily like what looks best on me or what is the best, you know, just what I like. And I have found that I like them all unless they're orange. I don't like anything like that. But whether it's more red brown or golden brown or yellow, I can go with all that, right? It all works for me. I don't really have I think if I had to choose, I would go for more of the like the Too Faced Milk Chocolate one or Nude Honey by Pat McGrath, you know, something like that. More of a basic neutral, but either way, right? So I ordered it. It came in in a box. I ain't kidding you. About yay big. This bronzer did. About that long. About that wide. A box. I was like, what? What did I order? Did it come with other stuff? Did I not know? Did it come like with a free lipstick or something? Because come on, we've seen it where they've come with mascara and a lip gloss, or a lipstick, a lip liner, and a mascara, you know, or a perfume and a mascara. We've seen this. And I thought, what did I get? So I opened it, and out popped this little guy. Or this big old guy. This big chunker. Now, I will say this is kind of pretty, though. Packaging is beautiful. It's the Luminous Silk Bronzing Powder, and I got the shade 100. I think it was second. So there, like, out of them, there was one lighter than this, and I think 3 or 4 darker. But I got this one, and I'm wearing it today. Y'all, I like it. I like it a lot. I may have ordered the YSL too. I know I've lost my mind. But when I seen the size of this, I was like, okay. Now I don't feel so bad for the price tag. Because I'm going to be honest, I was back and forth with this because this has launched a couple weeks ago now. And I was back and forth with it because I just wasn't for sure. But I will say that this is gorgeous. I don't know if you can see in it, but it's got, it looks like shimmers in it. Like little glitter mica particles, golden ones throughout it. But it does not show on the face at all. Like, at all. You do not see it. And it is the most prettiest color. And now that I see what I got, like how much I'm getting out of this, I don't necessarily think it's worth it, but it still makes me feel a little bit better. You know what I mean? Because it was quite expensive. I'm not gonna lie. Now, I didn't get to try it. I have 2 other blushes. I didn't get to try it with the blushes today. Because, you know what I found? Remember back when I was doing KKW, Kim Kardashian's brand? I owned stuff from the KKW line, right? The old, before the rebrand. Same with Kylie. And I said, I know I owned a blush and a highlighter, and I just didn't know where it was. Well, I went to clean up yesterday, and, well, where it was right in front of me, behind lipsticks, though, sitting there. And I will say, I actually really do like the packaging of this. I think it is very sleek. It is like a clear plastic, but it feels heavy. It feels sturdy. It's not like the Makeup Revolution plastic or my Rimmel plastic, okay? This is much more sturdier. And the blush that I'm wearing is called Tempting. Oh no, that's the highlighter I'm wearing. I'm sorry. The blush that I'm wearing is called Luxe. Luxe. Maybe that's Luxe. I don't know. Or is it like Code for Love? I don't know. Because I think this came out of the bridal set. Out of that one palette I used. That wedding thing. Because it does look very natural. But this is the blush that I'm wearing today. And this is the highlighter. And I knew I didn't give these away, but I thought maybe because I cannot get them anymore and I can't suggest for you all to get them anymore, maybe I did give them to my daughter. Thank goodness I didn't. I didn't think I would, but then you never know with me either, because I get into these moods where I'm like, just take it. Just take it. Then I regret it, but just take it. You know what I mean? But I didn't think I would get rid of these 2 because they're just so tiny and easy to store. But gorgeous. They are so, so pretty. Like, she did a really good job on the way my skin feels right here. The way it really looks right there. I don't have words. Sometimes things just amaze me. Like, especially when I'm not expecting it. That's when it amazes me. Like yesterday with the Laura Mercier, that amazed me, the way that palette applied and the formula, because I just wasn't expecting it. I'll be honest, I wasn't. And today, kind of the same thing. So let's get started. The first shade I'm going to go into is light brown. And I'm basically just going to take it, this one here, and sort of just like lay it where, sort of contour the eye, I guess, to push back that part of it where I have hooded eyes. Do I know what I'm doing? No, but we're doing it. We're just going to go about this. This is what I did for the other side, so this is what we're doing for this side. You know what I mean? And it worked because that's beautiful. And that's what I mean. It's like little things like that sometimes just amaze me. Now I do not know what palette this is supposed to like match. Ulta has quite a few palettes on their website from Lorac still, and they're available. I think I've seen 4 different palettes. And I've heard others talk about their palettes, but when I mean others, I won't say that. I've heard 1 or 2 people talk about their palettes. You know what I mean? But for the most part, I don't hear anything. And I only hear about it when it's almost like they did the same thing as me. They went through their collection and just happened to ran across it and was like, oh, yeah, I like that. Type of thing. And that's what happened to me. Now we're going to go into the shade Mauve. I do kind of like the names of these colors. I mean, it's a light brown, and this is a mauve. That's pretty good. Naming of colors. I mean, it's kind of like to the point. You know what you're going to grab, and you know what you're putting on. You know what I mean? And granted, if I was not talking and explaining other things, this look, if you had this little palette right here, it's so self-explanatory. It might take you 10 minutes to do your eyes. Take that same shade, Mauve, and run it under the lower lash line. Because I'll be honest, this palette, quite easy. The mattes are very buttery and blendable and buildable, like everything you would want them to be as a beginner. And maybe that's it too. There's definitely brands for beginners. There's definitely brands for makeup artists. And then there's brands for, I guess, makeup enthusiast, maybe. And right now, I would say I'm an enthusiast. I'm still a beginner, but an enthusiast, right? Because I have time to sit here and mess with this stuff. If you do not have time to mess with eyeshadow and your makeup, and you want something that is like boom, 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 boom to get you out the door to work, some of these brands aren't going to be it for you. Because you're going to have to you're going to have time to work with stuff. And if you're wanting stuff that, just does its job so you can go do your job, because not to say this is my job, it's more like a hobby or just something I like to do, I love even. Um it's a little bit different. And I have time to sit here and go, well, that didn't work, let's try this. Or maybe next time. But if I had a job, I'm realistic here. I wouldn't have all the time to play with stuff. You know what I mean? So I would be that type of person, and I know I would be that type of person, that if I tried it and it didn't work, I'm done. I'm not going to sit here and try to figure it out. I'm just going to move on to the next thing. And because there's so many, you know what I mean? We're going to go into the shade Cocoa now, which is this shade right here, and this shade. Gorgeous. I mean, it is just... I feel like this could almost be a one and done shade on its own. Like, put it all over the lid and blend it out. And I'm not spraying. I don't I'm not using my finger, and look at the shine. And it is like a cocoa. It's like it's a brown with a pinky purple type of something going on. I don't know. But it's beautiful. When I applied it to my lid on this side, I was like, oh God. Now we're going to take the shade Opal, which is this one right here. We're going to pop it in the inner corner. I can't, you all. I have no idea what I spent on this little palette, but I'm going to be honest. I don't care if I spent 20 bucks on it. These 6 shades are so worth it. I don't think I did spend that much, though. I want to say it was like 15 to be fair. But I don't know either. Alright, for my water line, I used the Charlotte Tilbury color Chameleon in Amethyst Aphrodisiac. And then I'm going to go back into that mauve shade. Then for mascara, I'm going to use my Gucci. For my lip, I just threw on the Lawless, that balm. I don't know what the balm's called. Lawless. It's the balm, this one here. And I'm wearing it in Lover. And I really just keep the color in the middle. I mean, I mush my lips together, obviously, because it's all over my lips. But I like to keep it right to the middle for the most part. But when I'm just like going out for the day and I don't really want to have to mess with my lipstick, that's what I do. I like a balm. So I'm going to put the Gucci on the top. Actually, I'm going to put the Gucci all over. I just had to think about that. I put it all over. I was lazy today. I don't know though. So I can't order from Ulta because I don't know what happened to my account online, but like I haven't placed an order with Ulta in like forever because of that. And no matter how many times I called and tried to get them to fix my account, they never have fixed my account, so there's that. But um you do have to be careful though because of this brush being so hard. It will hurt if you hit your eye. But I think I need to go to Ulta. I need to see if I can get those palettes in store. I probably can't. My Ulta doesn't carry nothing because where I live, makeup isn't that big of a deal, which sucks. Like, they never have anything new at my Ulta, ever. And it is so hard to find anything. But could go and look and see if they do have it in store, because I'm curious, because this eyeshadow in this is different than what is in this. This is older. So if they are different, it makes sense because, you know, reformulation and stuff. This formula, I really like it. I like the pigmentation. I like the... It's like it's giving me more than Tarte, but still at a sophisticated level. Like, we're not getting into any kind of like bam in your face really, but yet it's like I'm here. I'm here. You know what I mean? And I like it a lot. And that little palette, really, if you can get just that little palette, that's what I would suggest. I mean, why buy the big one if you can get the looks that you want out of a little one, you know? But there are a couple I did look, and I am gonna look at it a little better, because I think I would like to own one decent sized palette by Lorac. You know what I mean? Just for reference, maybe, or just to play with because I really enjoyed it. But I don't know, because I have so much. It's like, do I need to? But then I'm like, well, yeah, girl, you kind of do, you know. If you like it, you like it, type of thing. But I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just because you know, maybe I need to wait until the end and gather my thoughts then on if there is a specific brand that maybe I do need to give a little more love. And I already know there's tons of brands I need to back off of. Tom Ford. Just saying. So I do know that too. Because I almost got sucked into buying a Tom Ford, by the way, too, just so you know. But I didn't do it. I was proud of myself because I just didn't understand the color story. And I thought, I am not about to spend... Just not going to do that. So I decided to buy the bronzer instead. But I think I did very good on the bronzer. I think that bronzer is going to come in handy. Because you never know, I could run out of bronzer. I don't know, though. I give it to them on packaging. And it's weighty, too. And again, this is in shade 100. So I do like this. I think it is very pretty. I think if you have a light, medium skin tone, leaning peachy warm, this is going to work for you. Or even if you're neutral, this is going to work for you. But more so peachy, neutral type of range. You know what I mean? If you're cool toned, I don't know. I don't know if this one's going to work for you or not. Just so you know. But for me, it definitely works. So all in all, I really like the way the look came out today. And I think I'll use my Fresh Prince of Bel-Air setting spray. To just go ahead and lock that in. My fan broke, you all. So me and the baby, he has a grip. First off, he is huge. My grandson, right? He is like, he's 9 months now. Yeah, he's 9 months. But he probably looks like he's an 18-month-old baby. Seriously, he's huge. And he walks and everything. but yet he doesn't talk. That's kind of how you know he's not quite at 18 months. Like if he talked, like you wouldn't be able to tell at that point. He just looked like he was 18 months. But he's a big old boy. I say he's going to be the next football player in our family, probably. Or the only football player. But you get what I'm saying. Anyway, he had a hold. He's got a grip, too. And he had a hold of my fan. Right here, right? He had a hold of this part, this little part. And I had a hold of this. And I did not think in a million years that boy would have the grip he has. And I went and I pulled it and broke it. Because he was not going to let go, and he did not let go. Matter of fact, we had a little tug of war on our hands, because after I broke it, I then had to still get this from him, so we had a tug of war going around. So yeah, so my fan is broke. My fault, not the fan's fault. But I will say that, it has definitely gave me my money's worth from Amazon for sure, and I do enjoy it. You can still get it to work if you really line this up like this. If you line it up, you can still get it to push in and turn it on. You just have to really line it up good. So yeah, all in all, my fault. I don't know what I think of that. I don't know what I think of that setting spray. I need to keep reviewing this too, y'all. I would say it definitely hydrates and melts the makeup in to your skin. I don't think it blurs my pores by no means. And I don't think that it makes it last any longer either way. You know what I mean? Like if I put it on or didn't put it on, my makeup's going to last the same amount of time. But I do think that it does hydrate. And I do think that it melts everything in very nicely together. That's what I think of the setting spray. I like it. It's worth the money for me. You know what I mean? Personally, though, I like the Rick and Morty setting spray. I do. There is just this locks your makeup in, okay? Tightens, but in a good way. It's just nice. It reminds me so much of the Charlotte Tilbury one, and that is one of my favorites. Which I think I need a new one of too, because I don't think I have any more of it. Yeah. I'm not seeing it anywhere, so yeah, I think I do need to order a new one of them, but... Oh, I did find... Okay, so sunscreen. I know I'm still working on that. I told you all I used the UV Expert Defense 50. Burned my eyes. Ouch. So I will use that up, but I'll keep it away from my eyes. However, today I used the Unseen sunscreen. Although this is only SPF 40, which is still good, but I do try to go for 50. At least a 30. It has to be 30 or I ain't even messing with it. But I do like it to be 50, to be honest. But anywho, this did not burn my eyes. And I like that a lot. And it did give like a... silicone effect. That's what I'm thinking of. So it kind of did blur everything and the wrinkles and stuff. But my thing with those things is that as soon as I apply foundation, it's almost like that goes away anyway. You know what I mean? And it could just be a me thing. I don't know. But as far as sunscreen, I like that sunscreen. So far, so good. So that's a plus for me. Alright, that is all I have for you today. I know this video is forever long, but this is the video on Lorac. Let me know what your favorite things are from the brand. Maybe there's something I definitely need to check out, you know? I am curious on their eyeshadows. I am. It's intrigued me. This look has intrigued me, so I am curious on that, but Maybe there's other things. I have their lip liners. I love those. But let me know if there's anything that, when somebody says the brand, you think of immediately, because I'm curious. I'm like that with all these brands. I'm like, first thing comes to your mind is, and I'd almost like to just go down a list alphabetically and do that. But I feel like sometimes the first thing ain't always the best either. It's the worst. You know what I mean? And I don't want to give you the worst. I want to give you the best. Alright, but anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, hit all of that way you're notified when I upload. I upload every day but Sunday unless there's a new launch. And I will see you in my next one. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy. Bye.